Hey, this is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. Today we're talking about more secrets to unlock his heart. We're going to talk about 7 ways to meet Mr. Right. Hey, I know you only want one way, but I over-deliver. I'll give you 7. You see, nearly every woman is brought up to believe in their own Mr. Right, right? He's that guy from all those Disney movies, your personal Prince Charming, and of course, the one. Well, what I'm going to do is give you first a few myths I got to bust. Yeah, I got to do that up front. And then I'm going to dig into those 7 ways you can really attract him. Myth number 1 is he's your destiny. Look, I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. Trust me on this. One of my favorite movies is Titanic. Hey, how could you argue with that, right? But the reality is that there is usually more than one destiny out there. And if you get too wrapped up in the mystical part of meeting a man that's good for you, you're tempted to go off on a lot of wild goose chases. You're going to be led down a lot of false paths. Just don't jump in feet first on the idea that there's a destiny out there that owes you something, okay? Yes, you will eventually meet this guy and he is in your life somewhere, but don't treat it as if you're entitled. That's the real danger in viewing a man like this as being your destiny. Mr. Right myth number 2 is that he completes you. Yeah, I love Jerry Maguire too, but no man completes you, okay? You complete you. He will be another worthy addition to your already cool lifestyle. That's the idea. Remember, it's not 1 plus 1 equals 1, all right? It's 1 plus 1 equals 3. There's you plus him and that third mystical entity that's created when you two fall in love and you create that special something between you. And Mr. Right myth number 2 is your soulmate will be perfect for you in every way. Look, I know it's supposed to be super, super easy. He's supposed to just fall into your lap and everything will just be so easy. But the reality is that every relationship takes work. Every single one of them. And you have to be willing to do that. Even the most effortless looking relationships, they're doing some work behind the scenes. So let's get into how to find Mr. Right. Tip number 1 is maximum exposure. You got to get out there and you got to make yourself visible. I know you've probably heard this before, but you probably don't realize just how important it is. Think about it. If you can go out twice as much, you're going to double the chances of meeting him and you're going to cut in half the amount of time it takes to find him. So the more you're out there, the more you're looking, the more you're meeting guys, the better off you'll be. How to find the one, tip number 2 is multiple streams of income. Now this one kind of comes from a financial advice that's of the same kind. It's basically multiple streams of income, only monetary. Well, we're just applying it to the dating world. You got to have more than one way that you're out there meeting guys. If you're only stuck on one way and let's just say you have a bad run of luck one month, you're going to be burned on it and then you're going to have no ways to meet men. Find multiple ways now, and that'll make it even more interesting and give you some sort of diversity when one of them isn't panning out. How to catch your man, tip number 3 is to eliminate your prejudices. I talk to a lot of women and I coach a lot of women who say they are not going to meet the man that they want in X method or Y method. You know, I can't meet him in speed dating because the man I want would never go to speed dating. You can never predict where you're going to meet this guy. It could be that fluke moment that it's the only time he ever tries speed dating, and if you haven't been there, well then you might miss him. So again, eliminate your prejudices and be open to any method to meeting him. How to find your knight in shining armor, tip number 4 is throw away your type. This is advice I usually give to guys more often than women, but you need it too. You got to make sure you're not too stuck on a certain type or appearance of a guy that again might lead you down the wrong path. You can't possibly know what this guy's going to look like. And let's be honest, for women it's much more about how he feels to you anyways, a little less about the looks. Just remember that the package he comes in might be misleading up front, so you got to be willing to look in places you might not normally. How to find your soulmate, tip number 5 is to mix it up. Don't go out with the same group of girls every time. Don't go out with the same group of guys every time. Don't go out with couples all the time. You got to really mix it up because unfortunately, when we get stuck with a certain group of people, we tend to be more about that group of people than we are sometimes about the search and sometimes about meeting that guy. And keep in mind that guys don't always want to be seen crashing and burning, so if you're around a group of women all the time, it's going to make them less likely to approach you. Don't go out necessarily alone, but at the same time be open to being approached and make yourself look approachable. How to find your soulmate, tip number 5 is craft a plan. Yeah, this is another one that's going to sound a little unromantic, maybe a little bit, I don't know, insane, but It works like crazy. Sit down for literally 10 minutes, and I mean that right after this video. Just sit down for like 10 minutes and write down the stuff that's essential for you to have in your Mr. Right, the one. Is the things that are must have, by the way. These are the things he absolutely should have. Like, I don't know, must be employed, he must be educated, he must be a non-smoker, he must be free of his childhood crap, all that stuff that you probably learned from past relationships that didn't work. Put that down now and then stick to that list. If it's that important to you right now, don't compromise just because he's just an extra cute guy and you don't want to lose him. All right? How to find the man of your dreams. Tip number 7 is be genuine. Oh, yes, I know, I can hear the outcry, but Carlos, everybody says that. What is genuine, right? I mean, what is authentic? What is the real you? It's kind of cliche, right? I mean, aren't you being you even when you're being giggly and flirty and trying to put on a good first impression? Yeah, mostly. But it's when you're most you that he's going to be most attracted to you. Men know when a woman is not being true to herself. And being yourself just means not letting your need for him outweigh your sincerity to who you are. In other words, compromising who you are. Our true self is who we are when we let go of all the stories, the labels, the judgment, all the BS, and all that worry about what the other person is thinking about us. And that's a big part of it. Guys can definitely tell when you're trying to cover something up. Look, finding your Mr. Right isn't a perfect process, and it's not always an easy process, but it is worth the goal at the end, right? So you can make it a lot easier on yourself. You can get that plan you need to find this guy, and it's something I've actually put together for you. If you're interested in more information about it, go on over and take a look at the Soulmate Signal. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/soulmate. That's datingadviceguru.com/soulmate, and I'll give you a little understanding of what it takes to find the man that's meant for you. Because there are signals he's looking for that tell him you're the one. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/soulmate, and I will talk to you again soon. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com.